Good morning. I want to go through early entry and rope dropping tips for Disney World. Some of these things have recently changed, and so I think it's a good time to go through those. So, as you can see, we are currently in Magic Kingdom. When you are in Magic Kingdom, the new rule is that the entire park is open, but that doesn't mean it's open for riding. So the only two parts of the park that are open to ride during early entry are Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. Those rides are open and operating at that time, Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. You can go into Liberty Square, Adventureland, and Frontierland and get into a line early, but there is no getting on the ride before park opening. As a note, early entry is 30 minutes prior to official park opening, and this is for on-property guests. So just so you know, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, you cannot ride any of the rides over here. You can go stand in those lines to be first if you so desire. I don't recommend it. I recommend doing Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, TRON, Space Mountain, or Peter Pan's Flight. Those would be my options for Magic Kingdom. Next, we're over here at EPCOT. EPCOT is the same. All of the parts are open for early entry. Side note, the little booth up here, the actual World Showcase, is not open until 11. So you can't go eat at Germany. It's not open. There are some parts of the park that are open, like Norway. Its little Kringla Cafe opens up early. Sometimes some things in France will open up early, but for the most part, those things are not open yet. But you can go to any of these rides during early entry. My recommendation, if you are on a Skyliner resort, you're going to want to go to Remy's up here in France. And then everyone else is either going to go to Frozen or Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is no longer a virtual queue. So if you're not wanting to pay money for that or stand in a standby line that's super long, you want to rope drop it. So that is EPCOT. Hopping over to probably our favorite park and my family is also on the Skyliner. It's Hollywood Studios. Same thing applies here. Everything is open for early entry. So pick your poison wherever you want to go. My recommendation is either Rise of the Resistance or Slinky Dog Dash. My family personally just buys Rise of the Resistance and we rope drop Slinky Dog Dash, but to each their own. And then you've got Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom, almost everything is open. The shows aren't usually starting yet, but the only ride that is not open for early entry is over here. The Kilimanjaro Safari does not open until park opening, and sometimes it opens after park opening. So check your app, make sure it's open when you're wanting to go, but you can go stand in that line. So if you're not wanting to do any of the other rides, just go stand in Kilimanjaro's line. It's not exactly the most fun of your 30 minutes, but you could get a breakfast and then hop in line, and then you're one of the first people on when you get there. So that would be my rope drop strategy for early entry. As you can see, a lot of the rides are open, at least for the queue, if you're wanting to hop in the queue. But for early entry, for that 30 minutes, you really want to be utilizing that well. And that does not mean get to the park at the 30 minutes. These parks usually open an hour to an hour and a half prior to early entry. So you want to utilize your time well. You want to be hopping on your first ride for early entry at that early entry time. If park opens at 9, early entry is at 8:30, you want to be getting onto that ride at 8:30. Sometimes they open early at 8:25 or even earlier than that. You want to be in the park to take advantage of that perk, because Disney World resorts are not cheap, and you want to be able to maximize whatever that you are getting for included in that cost. I am a travel agent, just so you know, and I'd love to work with you if you're planning your next trip. Side note, I put some additional tips down in the caption about photos or breakfast, things like that. So check out the caption. Thanks.